Welcome to our Labomed Europe YouTube channel. Today we are showing you how to replace a gas spring. Here we have our Labomed D&T microscope on a fixed table stand. To get started, please disconnect the cold light cable located at the back of the magnet changer and loosen up the locking screw that locks the coupler. We are going to take out the coupler, the magnet changer, head and eyepieces in order to change the gas spring. You simply twist the white knob at the top of the microscope, like so. Loosen up the locking screw, and then you are able to remove the coupler. Next, you want to take off the cover by removing 2 screws at the front and 2 screws at the back, and also the locking screw right at the top of the microscope. Then, please put back the locking screw that you've just removed from the top of the microscope. Next, we are going to remove this plate located at the bottom of the suspension arm by taking out these 2 screws. Next, we are going to take out these 2 screws located at the beginning of the suspension arm and move the protection plastic part away. Next, please loosen up the screw using an Allen wrench, but do not take it out. Then, by loosening the locking screw a bit, you will be able to see the guide part. Please remove this screw right in the middle of it. Now, using a punch and hammer, please punch through so you can take out the pin that's locking the top and bottom part of the suspension arm. Next, you want to make sure that both of these little clamping parts are twisted back. You can see the one on the right hand side is not twisted back. So now we will twist it back using an Allen wrench screwdriver. Using a pair of pliers, please take out both of the little clamping springs. Next, please take out both screws. The screws are held up by a small silver plate that will also come loose. Now you can see the screw that holds the gas spring. Please remove this screw with the Allen wrench that is supplied with your microscope. This is what the gas spring will look like once it has been removed from the microscope. You want to take off this little ring on each side because your replacement gas spring will actually not come with this little silver part. With a punch and hammer, you want to take out the pin that secures the silver part. It will be much easier for you if you use something like a small tube like this to take out the pin. Now you want to put back the pin into the new gas spring and then leave a small edge around it so you can secure it again with the little rings we've taken off of the old gas spring. Next, it is quite important that the end of the gas spring lines up with the top of the gas spring, otherwise you cannot mount it into the microscope. You can line it up by simply twisting it. Next, you want to place the gas spring back into the microscope at the top and at the bottom. You will be able to secure the gas spring by using the supplied with Allen wrench. You want to secure the screw right until it hits the opening that you see here. We are now going to push the screw up and then secure the plate right here that we've taken out of the microscope with the 2 screws. Please make sure not to screw it on too tight. It might make it easier for you to use a small elastic around the gas spring and the knob to keep the gas spring secure for now. At this point, we are ready to put the 2 little spring rings back onto the screws. The gas spring is now secure and you can remove the elastic. Next, we are going to put the top and the bottom section of the suspension arm back together. You want to take this guide and put it back into the black part. And then line up the pin so we can punch it back again. The microscope might be a bit damaged on the outside, but don't worry about this because it will be covered with the cover. Next, using an Allen wrench, you want to screw in this screw again, and then move the suspension arm down until this screw is visible again and lock it with the locking screw. Now let's put back the plastic protection part by putting the 2 screws back into the microscope. Next, we're putting back the plastic protection plate. However, it is very important, and please keep in mind that all the wires should go between the screws. Next, please remove the locking knob. And then please secure the cover back onto the microscopes using the 4 screws, 2 at the front and 2 at the back. Then let's put back the coupler, magnet changer, head and eyepieces using the top bolt, the locking knob, and lastly by securing the locking screw. Lastly, you want to make sure the microscope is in balance. At this moment, you will see if you release the locking screw on top of the microscope, it will move upwards by itself. By adjusting the tension, this problem will be fixed. By using the supplied with Allen wrench, you can adjust the tension. You need to adjust the tension by turning the screw clockwise. As you can see, the microscope no longer moves up by itself. You can test this as well by taking off the head of the microscope and seeing if it still moves up without the head. This means the tension has been adjusted correctly. Your microscope now has a new gas spring and is fully balanced. If you have any questions, please send us an email. Thank you for watching.